Today we're going to be talking about why the 2018 Senate elections should be easy for Republicans, but aren't. So if we look at the current, composition of the United States Senate, we have 49 Democrats with 2 independents that caucus with them, with 47 affiliated Democrats and 51 Republicans. So looking at this map, it looks like the Republican Party would have a clear advantage. They overall typically win the majority of states, sometimes with Democratic victories in the United States presidential elections, yet the Republicans still are able to win the majority of states. And looking at where a number of these Democratic senators are from, these are typically Republican states. States like Alabama, Missouri, Indiana, West Virginia, North Dakota, Montana, all great possibilities of a pickup for the Republican Party, and it just so happens all of them are up in 2018. But for some reason, it doesn't look like the Republican Party is going to take a supermajority or possibly even a majority. When we're looking at this map, I have currently cleared all the races that are not currently rated as safe for either political party. That leaves the Democrats with a mere 35 Senate seats and the Republicans at 47. If you're looking at logic, it seems like the Republicans would easily win the majority and retain on to the majority with 47 seats, 3 away from retaining the majority, but somehow the Republican Party isn't doing it well. If we look at the future composition, look at where all these toss-up races are coming from. They're not just coming from Republican states, but they're coming from Democratic states. New Jersey, Maine, and you could also classify the Rust Belt as Democratic because it's mainly been Democratic for so many years. And 18 Senate races. That's how many contested races there are if you take away all the leaning and likely states for the respective political parties. States like New Jersey have now become toss-up states. States like Virginia, West Virginia, Ohio, Indiana, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, the list goes on. And somehow the Republican Party is at a point where they're not going to be able to win a number of these seats. All of a sudden, we look at this map, and it doesn't seem too lenient to Republicans as it did 2 years ago. When Hillary Clinton was on the verge of becoming president, people looked at 2018 and thought it would have been a bloodbath for Democrats. Even if Donald Trump had won, it still seemed like it would be a bloodbath for Democrats. States like Indiana, Missouri, West Virginia, Montana, North Dakota never seemed like they would elect a Democratic senator under a Republican president, especially since they voted overwhelmingly for Donald Trump back in 2016. So if you look at those numbers, why aren't these states flipping? And it all comes down to the candidates and how the Republican Party is representing themselves today. It really looks extremely bad for the Republicans that they're not able to win in a number of these races. To be honest with you, they're probably not winning in New Jersey, but the fact that it is a possibility says something that's not beneficial to Democrats, but the Republican Party is not able to capitalize on it either. We go over to Maine, that one's probably remaining in the Democratic column. The special election in Minnesota is probably remaining in the Democratic column, even with a resigning senator because of something that has to do with sexual harassment. So that puts the Democrats still at 38 seats. They're 12 away from tying the United States Senate and 13 away from taking the majority. The Republicans are still 3 away. And the races that are actually the most contested currently have Republican incumbents. The states like Tennessee, or Arizona, or Nevada. These states have Republican incumbents, and these are the 3 key races that Democrats are focusing on. We know Democrats aren't winning in Utah, or Wyoming, or Nebraska, or any election in Mississippi. But somehow Tennessee, one of the most Republican states in the union, is now a toss-up state. Arizona, which has been Republican since 1992, since 1992, that one could possibly go to the Democrats. Nevada, which is typically a Democratic state, but has a very unpopular Republican senator, this is something that the Republicans are not able to really capitalize on. If Hillary Clinton was president, you could expect a 60-40 United States Senate majority for the Republicans, and possibly even more than that. Because looking at this map, it really seems like the Republicans would do amazing in these elections if Hillary Clinton was president. States like Tennessee, Texas, Arizona, and Nevada would no longer become toss-up states, but leaning or likely or even safe Republican, whereas now they've become likely or possibly even pure toss-ups. So that's not good for the Republican Party. 47 Republicans, again, 3 away from retaining the majority, but somehow they are unable to do it. When we look at the United States map right now, when we look at the Rust Belt, well, Donald Trump won here, so there's no reason why Republicans shouldn't be able to win there. But they're not going to win there. We flip that from red back to blue, and that puts the Democrats inching up at 41. And then we look at the rest of this map. Well, the Republicans still, let's say they win down in Tennessee or Texas or Arizona. That puts them at the majority. It doesn't seem too hard, but right now the Democrats are leading in Arizona. They're leading in Tennessee. So that puts the Republicans' options down too, where these races were never competitive before. With these retiring incumbents, it makes it seem like the Democratic Party is at a heightened position. Yes, it's a Democratic wave year, but these states never should be toss-up states, even in a Democratic wave year. Tennessee should not be a toss-up. Texas should not be a toss-up. States that currently have Democratic incumbents that are Republican states, Missouri should not be a toss-up. West Virginia should not be a toss-up. Indiana should not be. And it just goes to show that the opposition to the president and the factors that we have, Democratic and retiring incumbents, are all beneficial to the Democratic Party. So that's something to note as well. But the Republican Party, they have such an easy pathway to the majority, and somehow they're not able to get it. And it could just be the, candidate type genius that the Democratic Party has put forward in states like Tennessee or Arizona or Nevada. But again, it seems like the Republican Party is having a fault here. They definitely could be taking the majority. They focus on states like Missouri while giving up states like Tennessee. They focus on states like Florida while losing in Arizona. So it pretty much evens out. Yes, they would retain the majority if they're able to hold on to all the seats that they have, but it's probably not going to happen. They're probably not holding on to Nevada or Arizona. So if Nevada goes, that limits the Republicans down, but they still only need 2 seats, and the Democrats need 7. But still, Virginia's probably not going red. Ohio, with that Republican candidate, doesn't seem like it's going red at the moment. West Virginia very likely could go blue, especially with Brett Kavanaugh going in and probably going to be confirmed by a number of Democrats. And then Indiana. Yes, this one seems like it could go to the GOP, but even if it does, it doesn't put them at the majority. Claire McCaskill got lucky yet again with another candidate. That one goes to the Democrats. It again pushes the Republicans back. Montana seems like it could go to the Democrats at this moment. Again, if it goes to the Democrats, it doesn't seem like the Republican Party is going to do too well. Now, the final 2 states, I'm not saying this is not a prediction, by the way. We're just talking about the composition and looking at the elections out right now. Well, if Indiana goes, that puts the Republicans gaining 1, but the Democrats so far have gained Nevada, Arizona, and Tennessee. They have not held on to North Dakota or Florida just yet. Probably won't, based off of this, but the Republicans are currently leading in Florida and currently leading in North Dakota, but that still puts them at the exact composition that we have right now. What happened to the Republican Party's amazing ability to flip a number of these races? And it all comes down to the president and the pretty good Democratic candidates, if you can say so, I guess yourself. You look at Tennessee, the former governor who left office with higher than a 70% approval rating is now leading in opinion polls, something that you pretty much should expect considering his popularity across the state. Republicans are not doing too well. But if we look at this map, there's no reason why Republicans shouldn't be winning in Tennessee or Missouri or Ohio or West Virginia or Arizona or Nevada or Montana or Wisconsin or Michigan or Pennsylvania, states that they were able to carry besides Nevada back in 2016, yet these states have now become Democratic strongholds. States like Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania are no longer possible for Republican victories. States like Nevada and Arizona have been out of reach for Republicans because people are focusing on other states that they really shouldn't be. The Republican Party, is failing to focus on a number of these key races that are going to be crucial to the Democratic victory that possibly could come in 2018. Okay, Missouri, if that goes blue, that means Tennessee's probably going to go blue. Ohio and West Virginia likely are going blue. Montana, again, no good GOP candidate on that side for Matt Rosendale. He's not that good of a candidate, to be completely honest with you. And that still puts the Democrats at 49 seats and 51 Republican seats. Why are these Democrats not losing? That is the question Republicans should be asking. Republicans, this is their race to lose. This is their majority to lose. They are currently in power, but this lopsided map in the favor of them and the fact that they are underperforming in almost every one of these races is crazy. Florida and North Dakota and Indiana. Those are the 3 races that have the biggest possibility of flipping from blue to red come 2018. But there are a whole number of other races that are likely to go from red to blue in 2018 as well. Nevada, Arizona, Tennessee, possibly Texas. Okay, we look at this map. Let's say the Democrats win in Texas. That ties the Senate. The Republicans still hold the majority. But keep in mind, Democrats are winning in Texas. They're winning North Dakota. They're winning Indiana. They're winning in Florida. And that puts the composition at 53 senators from the Democratic Party and 47 from the Republican Party. Yes, they're probably not going to carry Texas. The Republicans will probably narrowly edge out Florida and North Dakota, and possibly even Indiana, but still, this map is extremely lopsided in the favor of the Republicans and against the Democrats, and somehow the Republican Party is failing to capitalize on that and failing to possibly win a number of these races and failing to field a number of good candidates. We could likely see what we saw in 2006, where no Democratic incumbent lost to a Republican challenger, which would still keep us at the composition of the Senate, but still the Republican Party is drastically underperforming. So thank you guys for watching this video. Comment down suggestions below, and I will see you all tomorrow.